Did you know that adding a front basket to your bike can actually change the way your brain processes your commute? It's true. Shifting the weight of a heavy backpack off your shoulders and onto your handlebars lowers your center of gravity and reduces physical fatigue, making your ride significantly more relaxing. All the links are in the description below. Today, we're diving deep into the world of cruiser accessories to find the absolute best basket for your ride. Whether you're a cottagecore aesthetic lover or a hardcore grocery getter, I've rounded up the top 8 contenders to see how they stack up against each other. Let's get rolling. 8. WeGear Handmade Rustic Basket. If you've ever wanted your bike to look like it rolled straight out of a fairy tale, the WeGear Handmade Woven Basket is your go-to. This is all about that rustic, vintage flair with the massive bonus of a detachable lid. Now, compared to the metal options further down our list, like the Retrospec Apollo, this basket is definitely more about style than brute strength. It's handmade from woven cotton or synthetic wicker, giving it a soft, artisanal feel that won't scratch your belongings. However, because it's a front-mounted accessory, you have to be careful with the 11-pound weight limit. If you stuff it too full, your steering might feel a bit sluggish. What's really cool here is the security. While the open-top baskets on this list leave your snacks vulnerable to gravity, this one keeps everything tucked away under a secure snap closure. It's the perfect companion for a light farmer's market run or a picnic where you don't want your sourdough jumping out on a bump. What do you think? Is a lid a must-have for you, or do you prefer easy access? Let me know in the comments. 7. Tote and Kari Original Wicker with Cup Holder. Next up is the Tote and Kari Original Wicker, and let me tell you, the built-in 3-inch cup holder is a total game changer. Think about it. How many times have you tried to balance a coffee while steering a cruiser? It's a recipe for a stained shirt. This basket solves that beautifully. When you compare it to the WeGear we just looked at, the Tote and Kari is made from 100% natural rattan cane, which feels even more authentic but is a bit more sensitive to rain. It's incredibly lightweight at just 15 ounces, yet it holds a slightly higher 12-pound limit. The real-world performance is fantastic on flat boardwalks, though I've noticed that lighter plastic water bottles might bounce around in that cup holder if you hit a big crack in the pavement. It's much more specialized than a general-purpose wire basket, focusing heavily on the leisure side of cycling. If you're a beachgoer who always has a Yeti tumbler in hand, this is likely your soulmate in basket form. 6. CXWXC Handmade Rattan with Wood Base. The CXWXC rattan basket is very similar to the Tote and Kari, but it brings one secret weapon to the fight: a solid wooden bottom plate. This is a massive upgrade because it prevents that annoying sagging effect you see in cheaper wicker models when they get older. If you're comparing this to the previous two, the CXWXC hits a sweet spot of price and durability. It also features a cup holder, making it a direct rival to the Tote and Kari, but the reinforced base means your keys and small items won't go slipping through the weave. The PU leather straps are super easy to install without tools, though on high-vibration e-bikes, you might find yourself tightening them once a week. It's a fantastic cottagecore option for the budget-conscious rider who still wants high-end features. Does anyone else struggle with wicker baskets losing their shape over time? This wooden base might be the answer we've all been looking for. 5. Campo Crescent Waterproof Basket. Now, let's pivot away from wicker for a second and talk about the Campo Crescent. This is the high-tech entry on our list. Unlike the natural fibers of the CXWXC or Tote and Kari, this is made from weather-resistant vegan polyester. If you live in a city where unexpected rain is a daily occurrence, this is the basket for you. It uses a 3-point attachment system, which makes it significantly more stable than the 2-strap leather systems on the wicker models. In real-life urban scenarios, this bag doesn't sway or sag even when you're jumping curbs. Plus, it doubles as a standalone tote bag. While it lacks the vintage look of a beach cruiser basket, it wins hands down on utility and organization, featuring zippered pockets for your valuables. It's a buy it once kind of product that justifies its higher price tag through sheer longevity. Are you a fan of the modern fabric look, or do you think cruisers should always stick to classic wicker? 4. Granny Says Kids Bike Basket. We can't forget the little riders. The Granny Says Kids Basket is a scaled-down version of the adult models, but with a clever twist. It's made of synthetic resin wicker. This is a brilliant move because, unlike the natural rattan found in the Tote and Kari, this synthetic material is splinter-free and waterproof. We all know kids can be a bit rough on their gear, and this basket can be hosed off after a muddy day at the park without rotting or cracking. Compared to the adult baskets, it's obviously smaller, 9 3/4 inches by 7 inches, but it's the perfect size for a juice box and a stuffed animal. It uses soft touch straps that are easy on little hands and won't scratch the paint on a new bike. It's a durable, low-maintenance choice that outlasts the cheap plastic baskets that usually come with kids' bikes. It's all about giving them that grown-up look with kid-proof durability. 3. Retrospec Apollo Steel Half Mesh. If the Campo was high-tech, the Retrospec Apollo is pure heavy-duty. This is a powder-coated steel powerhouse. The half-mesh design is the highlight here. It has a solid steel bottom so your keys don't fall out, but mesh sides to keep it light. When you compare this to the Wicker models, there's no contest in terms of raw strength. It handles 15-pound loads with ease. The best part? It has integrated hooks and a swinging handle, so you can literally unhook it, walk into a store, use it as a shopping basket, and then hook it back onto your bike in 3 seconds. It's way more practical than the leather strap baskets if you're a frequent commuter. It might lack that beachy charm, but for a student or a grocery shopper, the drop-and-go convenience is hard to beat. Do you prefer the quick-release hooks or the permanent look of straps? 2. Tfwadmx Folding Wire Basket. The Tfwadmx folding basket is the ultimate space saver. If you have to park your bike in a crowded rack or a tight garage, this basket is a lifesaver because it folds almost completely flat when you aren't using it. It's made of heavy-duty iron wire and can support a whopping 20 pounds, the highest on our list. When compared to the Retrospec Apollo, it's much more rugged but less refined. Since it's an open wire grid, you'll definitely need a liner or a separate bag for small items. Otherwise, your coins and pens are gone forever. It's a workhorse for the serious hauler. Just a word of warning, that spring-loaded mechanism is powerful, so watch your fingers when you pop it open. It's the best choice for anyone who needs heavy lift capability but doesn't want a bulky basket sticking out all the time. 1. Granny Says Hand-Woven Synthetic Wicker. Finally, we reach our number 1 spot, the Granny Says Adult Wicker Basket. Why is this number 1? Because it perfectly balances everything we've talked about. It gives you that gorgeous, high-end cottagecore look of the WeGear or Tote and Kari, but it's made of high-quality synthetic resin. This means you get the aesthetic of natural wood without the maintenance. It won't splinter, it won't mold in the humidity, and it won't get brittle in the sun. It's the ultimate set-it-and-forget-it basket for a cruiser. Compared to the metal baskets, it's much lighter and quieter, no metal-on-metal rattling, and compared to the natural wicker, it's way more durable. It hits that 11-pound capacity, which is plenty for a handbag and a light sweater. It's the best all-around recommendation for someone who wants their bike to look beautiful and stay functional for years to come. That's a wrap on the best baskets for your cruiser. Which one are you leaning toward? Are you Team Wicker or Team Metal? Drop a comment below and let's chat about it. If you found this guide helpful, don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe for more deep dives into the best bike gear on the market. All the links are in the description below so you can grab your favorite and get riding. See you in the next one.